school district and TTI invited us to do a walkthrough about 2 weeks ago to look at debris that was continuing to fall in the D-wing classrooms. Their concern was we have perforated roof decking, that there was still a little bit of debris in there that could be fall down at any point. When we did a further investigation, we found out that the support beams and the perforated deck had quite a bit of material still left in it. So what we did was we came in, we put the room under negative air. We set up a air filtration bank of air filtration devices against the windows that are blowing air out the windows, HEPA filtrated air. We then pneumatically cleaned off all the electronic devices, the computers, the chairs, whatever else was inside the building. We then HEPA vacuumed it, wet wiped it, put it out into another area, a clean area. At that point, we started from the top down. Starting from the top down, we vacuumed the perforations all the way through. We then take a 200-mile-an-hour blower, several of them, and we start from the back of the room and we blow towards the micro traps or the air filtration devices so that the dust circulates down and in. At that point, we give it time to settle. We then go back in, and where the supports are between the decking and the supports had to be blown out and cleaned because there was still debris left in between those two areas. So that was cleaned at that point. We then go back, and Jeff had shown a video of the guy with the fine cleaning tool, the air pneumatic tool. That's to blow off any of the lights and some of the fine tuning stuff to get it down to the ground. HEPA filtration. This is the machine. It's sucking dust, air into the filter, cleaning it, and blowing out perfectly clean air. But what that does is it creates a negative pressure inside this room so that no contaminants can escape out of this room, and it knocks down the levels. Without using these devices, you can't properly clean anything like this. It's impossible.
I mean, before, these are all covered. This was all completely covered
Oh, yeah.
with this. I mean,
Yeah, it's
all
all
over.
crap that they just couldn't get to. It was impossible. The methods they used were impossible to clean the rooms out. Impossible. Jeff, same thing with the desks. Anything that was inside the school itself was pneumatically cleaned off and then wiped off. This was if you came back before every couple days from just the stuff coming down from the ceiling tiles, you would have debris again. So pneumatically, they hooked up a air collection device up to the ceiling. They pneumatically cleaned the ceilings. They vacuumed the ceilings.
Now, you mean on top of the drop
On
tiles?
top on the top of the tile. We then let that whole process go through, and we let the room sit for a day or so, and we go back in and we re-clean again. So when everything's brought back in again, it gets cleaned again. And we continue this process until the entire D-wing is been cleaned. We're 4 days into this already, 5 days into it. We have the front of the building is already complete. This room has been completed, and then before we leave, then the entire D-wing gets wiped again one more time, HEPA vacuumed and wiped for the last time. We are also addressing the air duct system. In the middle of the D-wing, there's rooms that are in the middle, not around the perimeter, have HVAC systems, and they were dusty and dirty, some of it from long-term use, I'm sure, 30 years or so before they've been cleaned, and other from whatever material was picked up from the roofing project or the construction project. So this would be an example of one of the ductworks. The method that we use is they'll take all the vents down, they get cleaned, they then get up inside the duct itself, and they use HEPA vacuum systems, clean the inside of the ductwork. After the ductwork is cleaned, with the dust collection device on the other side, they fog the inside of the ductwork with an antimicrobial sealant. This serves two purposes. One is it locks down any dust and debris that's inside of the unit itself. And the second one is it's an antimicrobial agent. So it'll stay to the sides of the walls of the ductwork and fight any kind of microbial or bacterial growth in the future.
And you were talking about how this is being handled differently because all of this is going to be ripped out in the summertime.
It is. That's why we're going with the lockdown. So if there's any areas that were impossible to get to because of the spline ceilings, then the lockdown will take effect on that, and it'll be nearly dust-free when we're done the procedure.
If it wasn't being ripped out this summer, if this was the beginning of like a long-term thing, you would go with a different route.
I would have if I ran across any flex duct or any kind of duct work that could be replaced, we would yank it out and have it replaced. But in the summertime, that's being done anyway. So in the meantime, we're going to have 100%, not 100%, we're going to be close to 100% dust-free in the air system itself. We're also doing on the tiles on the second floor, the exterior windows in between the A and B wings. We have two areas that have had condensation or where the tiles are in bad shape. So the asbestos tiles in that area on the 2nd of December are going to be removed. And also look into the ceiling tiles that have been stained or have any kind of obvious bacterial stains or any kind of mold stains. We would like to have them removed and replaced before the children reoccupy the school. All right, Jeff, this will be an area where you have temperature differential and you have condensation. So these tiles are 40 years old. Over time, moisture's gotten to them because of the area that they're at. They got some cracks. They contain asbestos. There's certain 1x1 tiles that have a percentage of asbestos in them. We're going to be addressing this on January 2nd. So areas on the second floor that have this type of deterioration are going to be addressed.
Is it just the moisture, or is it also structural, like the building is shifting somehow?
I think natural settling. You can see areas over here. Would be a support beam that would be a floor support beam. So you would have normal, typical settling. I don't think it's anything structurally to be concerned about. But over over 40 years, settling like this does happen.
Just
So I
slight
think this is pretty
movement
common.
just shreds these
Very,
things
very,
over
yeah,
time.
very, very slight. These are very rigid. And again, that would combine with the moisture and the temperature differential is. We're also going to be addressing any kind of ceiling areas. Right here, we have condensation that's come down on some of the ceiling tiles.
Again, because of
Bacteria stains, it potentially has mold. I don't know because I haven't tested it, but it's possible, likely. And they're sporadic through the building too, so we want to address that all at the same time.
that mold is unrelated to the roofing project, I believe.
I believe so too.
Okay.
It looks old. So that's what we've been doing here for a week. I'm pretty confident with the work that we've had done already. We're anticipating being done around the 5th or 6th of December, which is given enough time for new contractors to come in to replace the floor tiles that have been removed.
Good.
That's pretty much it.